Hi guys, Hendrik again. Thank you for tuning in once more. So just wanted today to a little bit have a check-in with all of you, have a bit of a macro approach of what's happening in the markets. So week 7 is a very good week in terms of trading, but there's nothing that humbles you more than a week number 8 that comes and it pretty much wipes out all your losses. So yeah, it's tough. You start getting into the motion of things and starting to turn your account around, and then all of a sudden you just get a bunch of wipeouts coming, and it triggers your stops, and it goes up again. You wait for pullbacks, you put in your new levels, and it just keeps on doing it. So it's tough, but like we always said in the beginning, is just just persevere. I mean, there's nothing much more you can do, and try and learn from it. So just want to share my screen with you so we can go over the accounts and some macro analysis. My macro approach on what we're going to try and accomplish this week. So let's just very first start with our dollar index. So before we want to know what happens to the overall markets, let's just see what's happening with the dollar. So you can see we had a very good increase in price there, and then we get a gradual some liquidity sweeps on this side, so we're going to approach a resistance very soon. So like I said in the past, what I'd like to do is I would like to identify certain order blocks. So as you can see, there's a little order block there that I'm thinking of identifying. So I'm going to keep this one here. So the next one closest to that will be that green order block on that side. So what I do is with order blocks, I'd like to select or identify an order block. So the order block is a consecutive bullish or consecutive bearish candles before a trend change. So I would like to see what does the previous weekly candle do to a trend change. So that's why this is going to be a significant order block on the bottom level. And closest to the possible price, you can see we had an increase in price. We then had a close there, and then we reversed in trend again. So that green candle there is going to be a significant order block to me. The same as that little candle, because it's almost like you look for the green ones within the red ones or the red ones within the green ones. All right, so that's definitely an order block that I'd like to have a look at, that particular one. And if we look in this particular section, those are very significant order blocks. They're almost like the doji candles that's got no real direction. So that's what I'm going to look at. And obviously that one there. And what we do with all of them is we just mark them out and name them. So let me just so what we're going to do is we're just going to call them weekly order blocks, and when we keep it here, because short before long you get to that level and then you don't know what to do with it, or rather get your strategy intact, so when you execute, if this has been marked some time ago already. So I think in the interim, this is what we need to look at here. So obviously, if this is the final piece of resistance, if we break 104, then particularly I don't think we should be long on anything really. Not stocks, not crypto. I'm not really referring to Forex, but I mean especially in stocks, crypto, don't belong there. So the fact that we had a big buy-in candle here on a weekly basis makes me think we're probably gonna hit that break that resistance over there. And if we break it, let's just get another order block, which is going to be that one there, I would definitely think. So that's going to be the next level of resistance. So that's why I think there's a big week coming up to see what's happening in this phase. If we reverse down here, then I think it's good time to maybe look in adding some risk into crypto and stocks. Okay, so that is the dollar index. Let's just go to the S&P 500. So I want to show you guys this. I was looking for some order blocks in the past, but just look at this up-only mode. I mean, since 1928, 32, we've just been going up. And I mean, geez, this is, it's risky, but anyway. Let's just go to a week to see if we got some significance here. So we would like to zoom in and let's look at current price order blocks of significance. So the tiny ones is going to be that one. Let's just go around about the particular levels here. I would definitely, don't have to, let's just mark them. Okay, Next one would be that particular one. Okay, let's just go down a bit. This is still far ways down, but you know, the stuff, the stuff reverses so bloody quickly, and before you know it, you're in that trading zone. So yeah, definitely that order block, as there was a big trend reverse. So I think for now, let's just keep this here. Obviously, because there's a lot more money needed to move this as opposed to the crypto market. So this is a particular range that we're playing. Oh, and there I almost forgot a beautiful one there. I think that's the ones we have to look at for now. All right. So obviously everything moves in line. If dollar goes up, stocks, commodities, everything else goes down, and kind of vice versa. So there's a big resistance level. We can see this week it rejected there. So now the question is going to be, is it going to continue or is it going to reverse down? So let's just say if it continues, we have got a resistance over there. If it reverses, let's just look for another significant order block that's almost going to help us identify certain ranges. So I would definitely think, well, that's a bit way down still. Maybe yeah, I think let's just take this one for now. Okay, we call it another weekly order block. So, like I said, revise this on a weekly basis, but I think for now these are the different ranges we can look at. Okay, so this almost determines of what we can do with crypto. Okay, and then obviously to narrow down even more, we into BTC. So obviously there's a lot of levels here, a lot of uncertainty in that area, a lot of uncertainty in this area. So obviously, yeah, we need to see how this goes. We can possibly call this some form of deviation to go up, but then again, we've got so many different weekly order blocks around this level. We have to absolutely see what's gonna happen. So if we close the week below that, then maybe we're gonna go down or just get a fake out and then go up again. So I think let's just rather see what happens at the end of this week. There is a significant amount of a lovely order block there that changed the trend reversal. So ultimately, what happens here will happen to the rest of the crypto market. Okay, so these are my macro ranges for the medium term. You can see I identified that particular order block on that level, that one on that level, and then this one, that narrow candle there. So that's what I'm going to look at even further down. There's a 12-month order block. I just want to show what that looks like. Just for future reference, you can see there was a massive year close, and then this is an order block, a year of battles between bulls and bears, where the bears ultimately took it, and then we reversed it. So that's a significant order block to me. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do on the on BTC's chart. So we'll have to monitor this, guys. This is going to be very critical of what happens to this week if we close above this week. All right, so let's say we close. What is this particular level? This is 25,953. 25,953. So if we close this week above 25,953, then next level of resistance is going to be 26,000 and a bit. Okay, so this is going to be our key differentiator of what happens in the next few hours. So if we close above this, then most probably we can assume that we're going to go to that level. If we close above that, we're going to assume that we go to that level. So this is something that we have to monitor and something that we have to make a call in the next 12 hours or so. Okay. Or some instruments that I want to take some positions on this week. So I've shared in my previous correspondence and videos of how I select certain coins. So first of all, I'm looking for relative strength. So something that went up recently a lot and came down recently a lot. That's what I call relative strength. Okay, so let's just look at some analysis for optimism. Okay, anyway, let's move on from there. Okay, so very first thing, I would like to select some narrow candles close to current price. So that's definitely that one. So we'll do a weekly order block description. Then look at some more narrow candles, definitely those two there. So that'll be weekly order blocks. So this gives me automatically some very lovely levels to work with. So always I would like to do one or two above current price or one or two below current price. So below, I'm going to select the closing of that candle there. That's definitely a nice order block. We do this weekly order blocks. And what we can possibly then do is, if you select the weekly, then you narrow it down to 3 days perhaps. See if you see anything on 3 days. So on the below level, that green candle is a significant one. So on the top side of the green candle, we call this a 3-day order block. Okay, so we've got something underneath that and something above that. So on the above side, I'm going to select that candle, which is also almost like a, somewhat a candle out of its place, to call it that. And we call that a 3-day order block. So this is my particular levels, my strategy. What I'm going to do is for this week to see what's happening. So I can definitely see a potential long would be around about this area, and this area. So what I will do is the following. Let's, for example, say, let's just do this. I'm going to do the 1, 2, 4 strategy, okay? Let's just, where did I put that now? Oh my goodness. All right. Can't seem to find that. No, there we go. Okay, let's just move this one. I'm going to explain to you. Sorry, guys. Don't know what's going on over here. Okay, the 1, 2, 4 strategy. Let's just make this slightly larger. So what I will do is I will take 1 times of my proposed risk on that side, 2 times of my proposed risk on that side, and 4 times of my proposed risk on that side. So what does that mean? That means that, let's, for example, say I'm willing to do, I want to do a total position size of $100 on this particular instrument. So I've got let's call it a 1% risk ratio. Let's just say I'm willing to sacrifice $10 on this thing. So I'm sacrificing $10. I want to make $100, and my proposed order size is $100. So what I will do is I would take a $10 order in this area. 10 times 1 is 10. Then I would take a $20 order on that one. And then I would take a $40 order on that one. So that means is if I get stopped out, I double up on my size on this one. And if I get stopped out again, I'll double up on my size on this one. So what that means is my chances are that if we reverse around this level, just to potentially that level, I would have made up my losses on the first 2 levels. So this is something that I've also been researching a lot lately. And if I do one order here, and I get to that candle there and I get wicked out, then I lose my total order, and then it might be going there and it reverses. So that's why I always want to take a couple of positions below for entering and a couple of positions above for exiting. So what I'll do is then, just to confirm again, I'll take a $10 order here with its own stop loss. I'll take a $20 order there with its own stop loss, and a $40 order there as a stop loss. So that's about what is 80, 20, 10. So you're $110 that you're going to do here, and then obviously with their own set of stop losses. That's what I like to do is, and then once I have either orders, let's say my $10 order, then we go up and then we take the same. We take a bit of maybe 50% profits, maybe another 25%, another 25%. So by doing it like that, we know that we are secured both ways. If this thing reverses, we're going to make a little bit of money, but if it continues down, we are doubling up on our orders. So that's what I like to do. And I like to call it the 1 to 4. It's just basically, it's 1 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. All right. So that's what I like to do for optimism. So let's just go to LDO. So I've cleared everything here. Just want to not do that. All right. So I've got a 3-month time frame here. So the very first thing is current price, that order block is going to be of significance. Or it's really, that's the closing. So that's going to be my 3-month order block. Okay. So this is almost like a mega order block. You can know that if it comes to that level, there's something drastically is going to happen. All right. Okay. So let's just go. This is a relative new coin, so there's not a lot of history. So let's just go to a month then. See if we see anything on this side. You can see a nice narrow candle again there. Automatically the same level applied. Nothing really of significance. yes, we can say, okay, that closing was there, so we call this a monthly order block. Then below, well, if we want to go all the way down, but we can mark it out anyway. It's a 3-month order block. Okay, so here we are with the monthly time frames. Let's go to the week. The week I find is very nice because there's a lot of, not too much clutter, but enough so you can make a call. Okay, so what we see is, I'm just going to change this color here just because there's some lines that's relatively close to one another. So I'm just going to make this, so very first of all, the tiny green candles, that one. Let's just make this yellow, and this is a weekly order block. Okay, so there's that one. Those lines are relatively close to one another, so I'm not going to select a new one. That's just going to clutter my chart here. So there's another one here. The closing of it is going to be that one. That's going to be the weekly order block. So there's enough current levels around about the current price. I want to do one more below in this area. So it will most probably be that order block. And one on top here. So, oh, beautiful. That little one there. Okay. So that's going to be a weekly order block. Okay, there's my levels. What is my play here? My strategy would be, let's first get close to the current levels, then we decide what we're going to do. All right, so if this candle closes above our 3-month order block, then we look at an entry point going up. If it doesn't, then we're looking for a short entry going down. So too soon to say, but well, let's just see what happens on this one. All right, so this relative strength on this instrument is quite strong. So very first of all, monthly order block there. We can't miss that one. Let's just make this yellow again. So this, in my opinion, is going to be a very strong area to punch through. All right, so let's look at some other ones. Definitely around current levels, exactly where we pretty much are today. It's a monthly order block. Okay, and I don't really see, let's just do the reversal on this one as well. Okay, one below this one still, such a far way down. But if we mark one, it can be that candle's closing. Let's just make it another one. You can see how the levels respected that particular level, or how the candles respected that level. Okay, enough months. Let's go to our weekly time frame to see what's happening on this front. Current price is here, so what is the significance? That order block, it's very important, like we've marked. There's another one there. So there's another one. We can definitely mark this one. This is very significant in my opinion. I'm just going to change the color again so it's easy to read. This is a weekly order block. Apologies on that. It's just want to... Oh, gosh. Okay, let's just gradually move up. There's another one here. We should never just leave them out. Mark as much as possible without cluttering your chart too much. But just remember that you can, they always approach and then you don't know what happened. Okay. Then definitely there's a nice little order block. And also that one. Okay, so I think for now, what am I seeing here? Look at that one. That's a brilliant one. We'll get closer to the top one. So for now, what we want to do is we just want to see one below and one top. This is our range, all right, between 1.76 and roughly about 242. What is going to happen in this area? Okay, so you can see there's a tiny bit of order blocks. There's that one there. There's that one. There's another small one there. There's another small one there. So that's why I think this is it's a good range to work with. So the play would be get close to this level. We look for an entry. Get close to that level. We'll look for a short, or a possible, if it breaks, a new entry. So it's going to be an important. There's 2 weekly. There's a weekly there, and there's 2 monthlies here. So we're on the month right now, like literally on the month. If you want to take a stab at a long, it'll be around this area. What we can possibly do is narrow it even down a little bit further to see to 3 days perhaps. Okay, so I'm not don't want to clutter this too much, but let's just mark some potential order blocks here as well. So if we close below the monthly, there on the closing is another one that we can have a look at. If we close above, then that one as well. So that's why I'm saying it's too soon to say. I personally I know this is a strong order block, the monthly one. If we close, we're still far from this month, but it's beginning of the new month. But anyway, if we close the next 3 days, which ends in about 12 hours and 45 minutes, if we close above that one, then yes, perhaps we can take a long. But I think that's the play for now on DYDX. For today, and this is the final position I'm going to look at before the start of this new week. So it's going to be CRV. So this is going to be all your monthly order blocks, all the monthly candles. So very first of all, I would like to select that one. It's a good one. Then close. We still got a far way to go. We can definitely say that one. Okay, below we are going to look at that one. Okay, so this is the levels I think which is significant right now, and then definitely that one. Okay, let's just go to a weekly. Okay, so very first thing my eye catches is that tiny one there. That's going to be a good one when we get to that level. That I can almost guarantee. Now you can see in the past what happened around those levels, the yellow ones. We reversed. We couldn't get through that. We reversed. We broke down. Okay, so that's going to be the weekly ones. Some more weekly ones. That one there, definitely. That red one over there. Okay. So those are the ranges. And what I am particularly interested at, very interested at, is I'm going to do, let's just do this. This level to me is definitely going to be, this is what we call a pivot. Let's just mark it a different color. I would add a decent amount of risk at this area. So what I'm willing to do is I'm doing my 1, 2, 4 strategy. Let's just see. Let's just make this a horizontal line. Okay, there's 1. I'm just going to dash it out. There's going to be 2, and there's going to be 3. Okay. Okay, I think, well, if I need to choose between the 2 of them, let's just leave that one out. Okay, so my 1 would be around about this area. So I'm looking to take a 1 strategy around about this area. I'm looking to take a 2 strategy around about this area. And I'm looking to take a 4 strategy around about this area. So that's what I'm willing to do with CRV. I'm going to be posting some more charts again this week. So please stay tuned and follow the media channels and subscribe. And thank you for watching. All right, guys, have a great week.